Have you ever had such a situation when somebody asks you, hey, what goals do you have in life? And you try to avoid this question or try to give some ambiguous, vague answers? Hello, this is your life coach, and in this video we are going to speak about goal setting process. How to set goals, why is it so important to have goals, and in general, everything about this topic that you have to know to change your life once and forever. So, why having goals is so important? Because my main statement will be that a person who doesn't have any goals in life cannot be happy. Just remember this thing. You cannot be happy if you have no goals. Why? I'm going to break it down into 4 points, and all these 4 points are going to be aimed at getting my ideas across why you cannot be happy not having goals. First of all, just as an introduction part, I want you to know that not having goals or having poor goals, it's all about being not very much educated in this topic. This is a big topic, it takes some knowledge, and this education I'm going to give you during this video is very much needed to understand, first of all, why to have goals and what it means to have a goal. Because without that, actually you are going to do it on a very basic intuitive level and you are going to fail just like everybody else who does it that way. So we have 4 points, and let's jump into the first point. So the first point for this video on goal setting, you have to understand that you need to write down your goals. Why is it so important to write your goals down? Somewhere on some piece of paper, or if you like, in the notes of your phone. That's the way I do it. If you write your goals in your notes, what it's going to give you? First of all, it's going to give you clarity. And clarity is something that you need to have in your mind to be honest to yourself. Because sometimes we like not being honest with ourselves, and we can tell ourselves, okay, I want to do something sort of in this field. I'm not quite sure what, but I want to do something big, something great. That doesn't work. It doesn't mean anything. For your brain, for your own motivation, it means nothing. I want to do something, it means I want to do nothing. That's just equivalent. Nothing more, nothing less. So you have to identify your goal. You have to give it a little thought. It's not so difficult. Once you start thinking about this topic, you will find out what you actually want. And put it down somewhere clearly, so you have this clear understanding, clear notion of what is that you want to achieve. And sometimes you can go to your notes, you can read it, and it's going to make it clear. So, first step is such an important little step that will actually serve as basis of the next steps, so we are going to go through together. So, step number 1, write down your goal, wherever you want, a clear goal. The second step I'm going to talk about is the very well-known concept, which is called SMARTER. SMARTER is this concept that a lot of people use. Actually, a lot of people use just SMART, but we are going to talk about more advanced SMARTER. It's not difficult. It's quite easy and quite intuitive once you are educated about that. So let me quickly tell you what is SMARTER and how to use it in real life. So S as an abbreviation part stands for specific. We already talked about this, and once you write down your goal, you are going to have your specific goal. That's it, that's great. So we are just now learning how to come up with a goal. Yeah, so it has to be specific. The second is M. It's going to be measurable. What does it mean, measurable? Measurable, it means if I want to become better at something, I just don't say, I want to become a doctor, so I want to be good in 1 month. You understand that logically it cannot work, never. But what can work is that you can try to actually break this big goal into some objectives and try to measure this. We talked about this in our previous video. You can try to watch that video after this one if you haven't done it yet. But to make it clear in this video as well, you have to break it down into objectives. For example, you want to become a cool doctor, cool programmer, whatever it is. You have to set this goal. In 1 month, I need to be able to do this. If I want to be a programmer, in 1 month I want to know this programming language to some extent. Or I want to be able to use this program to some extent. I want to be able to carry out some sort of task to some extent. Not very big goals, these are called even objectives, not even goals, but measurable. So you can feel, after 1 month I have done it. I have achieved my goal that I wanted to achieve for this month. For the next month, the same and the same. Such a simple idea, but many people do not understand that it's serious, that it's just the clarity you need in your mind. Our mind is a big mishmash of different thoughts. Just sort it out. That's all you need for becoming successful, for becoming productive, for becoming effective and becoming happy as a result. You just need to deal with your brain in the right way. So A stands for actionable. It means it has to be something within your own control. It has to be actionable, something you can take action on. So if I write that my goal is to win some lottery, that's an external goal. I can buy actually a lot of lottery and tickets, and I can just try to chase my luck, and maybe one day I will become lucky. But as a rule of thumb, it never works, believe me. So if you really want to achieve something, make it internal, not external factors. So actionable goal. If I do it, I will get it. Of course, there are some external factors, but if mainly that's an actionable thing, I want to learn something. And if I keep reading this, probably I will learn it. If I want to do something and if I do it every day, at some point it's going to work out. So it should be actionable. Next, it should be relevant. What it means to set a relevant goal. A lot of people actually do not understand this. Relevant, it means it has to be something that you can align with your other goals in life. Usually we cannot have just only one goal. We have to have like different sets of goals in our lives, and it's such a big and complicated process. But if you can just logically, applying common sense, link and align all these goals together, and they are relevant to each other, they are supporting each other, and they are logically connected with each other, everything is going to work much better. For example, again, if we talk about programming, let's talk about programming. You want to become a successful programmer. So what is a relevant goal for you? A relevant goal for you is not being able to run 20 kilometers, because even if you can run only 2 kilometers, you can still be the most successful programmer. That's not relevant. So this goal is just a time waster for you. And you do understand it has nothing to do with it. But if you want to become a programmer and you decide to learn some different aspect of programming, or you decide to learn business, so you can later actually connect it logically. You can come up with your software and then you will apply your business knowledge, how to present it, how to attract some investment, how to actually make money, make the most out of it. So if you are a programmer and you decide to learn something about business, that's great goal, so that's relevant goal, and at some point you will use it. But if you do not see how you are going to connect this new goal that you have with your existing background, with your existing skills and knowledge, which you are using for making your livelihood, it's not relevant. The next point is quite straightforward. It has to be time-bound. Like we already said, if you want to set your goal, it has to be measurable. And of course, for measuring, time is just another aspect of measuring your success, measuring your progress. So if you want to become a programmer, you will be able to program something in a month. So that's it. It's time-bound, it's in a month, and it's something specific. I want to be able to use Java or something, Python, in a month, or in 2, or in 6, doesn't matter. Not too big, but just some relevant time frame. And the time frames shouldn't be optimistic, they shouldn't be pessimistic. If there is a task to carry out for approximately 3 months, do not set for yourself a time frame like of 6 months. You don't need that, because you are going to procrastinate, you are going to be just lazy, you are going to think, I have all the time I need, so I'm not going to rush into it. That's not a good idea. But don't be also optimistic. Do not set goal. If realistically you can do it in 3 months, do not set for yourself the time frame of 1 month. Do not do that. So the next step is to evaluate your progress. How you are going to evaluate it? Evaluation, it means you have to track it. Whether you have big deviations or you have small ones. You are going to have deviations anyways. It's impossible to strictly stick to your plan. Little deviations are fine. You just have to monitor your progress with the process to make sure that you are not deviating too much in a negative direction. If your goal setting was okay, you approximately have to stick to your plan. So evaluation is just a monitoring process that is also important. That's why SMART concept has become smarter. And the last point is to reward yourself. Rewards is something that we all like, and if you want to keep your motivation going, you have to find some little rewards for yourself after achieving some little objectives like we already discussed. You have some specific objective in a specific time frame, it's relevant to your goals, it's actionable, you have done it, and you have successfully accomplished it. The next step is to find a relevant reward for yourself. The reward setting is also some little skill you have to know. Rewards should not be bigger than your achievements and they should not be smaller than your achievements. You have to understand that these rewards are going to tire you after some time if they are the same, so you have to give it some space. If you reward yourself like a little bit for the first task, that's great. The next time you can make it a bit bigger. But if you give you the best reward after reaching the first objective, for the next one, the motivation will not be the same. So keep the rewards aligned with your achievements. That's also quite important and very logical. The next step, the third step for this video is going to be why a lot of people having goals still fail it. Because first of all, okay, a lot of people understood that it's important to have a goal. But why they are setting wrong goals? What is wrong about their goals? Because it seems that everybody knows about the SMART concept and everything like that, but still they don't manage to achieve it fully, or they just do not achieve anything at all. The problem is that their goal is fine. There is nothing wrong with the goal, but the factor that it's not aligned with your passion and it doesn't actually pursue any ultimate purpose in your life is not giving you the full sense of freedom while doing your goal, while achieving it. Because if you feel like you are not serving the purpose you are meant to serve, you have some inner doubts about your goal. For example, for big companies, they set all these goals according to SMART concept and many other concepts, but still the employees do not feel like they are doing the right thing, they are not going to make the most of it. So you have to understand that the purpose is something, first of all, you have to give to yourself before giving the goal. If you feel that your purpose is to make this world better or to make the life of your close people better, you have to set goals which immediately fulfill that dream, fulfill that purpose. If the goal doesn't fulfill any purpose, is not the best goal, is not the goal that is going to give you the most of your potential. It's going to give you something, but not the most. And just this difference between something and almost everything you have is just this little education that people are lacking. And that's why this channel was set up, just to give you these ideas of how to do it in the right way, to spend the the least possible efforts to achieve the most possible results. So that's it about this point. You have to align your goals with your purpose and passion. That's probably the most important point. So the next point is that why you should have a goal. Because a lot of people think that goals are boring, goals just give you a lot of pressure, you are stressed about it, you have nothing else but to think about your goals. And why cannot I just live my life and enjoy my life just having no goals? Because one way or another we are just wasting our time. Even achieving something or not achieving something is not going to make big difference, so it's better just to enjoy the life instead of pursuing some goals and motivating ourselves every day. Why we should do that? Well, if you do not have a goal, first you think you are free to do everything you want, but then this process comes and these thoughts do not actually let you alone. You all the time think that, why am I doing this? So at some point you will get this question while doing something, why am I doing this? Or why am I doing this way? So why am I actually talking to these people? Why am I working on this job? Why am I even saving money, for example, for something? What is my goal? So these thoughts are going to make your life much harder than just pursuing a goal and just having a clear answer, a clear goal. I'm doing this, I'm saving this money because I want to invest it here, I want to buy this one, I want to make someone happy. That's much easier life. So if you have your goal, it makes your life easier. It makes everything much more relieved inside of you. So just set a goal and do not think about any meaning. Why am I doing this? Because you have it. You already have this answer to these questions. So it's much better to have all these answers beforehand, before all these questions hit you. So that's it about this video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because this channel is going to be constant education about life coaching and all the aspects relevant to this. So as I told you already, everything it takes to have a good life is just a little more education, lifelong learning, and everything related to this. So stick to the channel and we are going with little steps to improve your life in an unimaginable way. So the next topic of the video is going to be strategic decision making. So stick to this channel and write in the comments what you think about these topics, what do you agree or maybe disagree with, and we are going to meet soon. Take care. Bye.